Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Man Cave Meals. Today we're going to start a project that I've been looking forward to doing. We're going to do a big smoked turkey on the Yoder YS640, but we're also going to have a look at this product that I recently got from Turkey Tom Products called the Briner. This is a brining bucket. I've actually got this large one and I've got a smaller one also, and we're going to brine this turkey in this brining bucket, and we're going to use the classic brine mix that's also provided with the briner bucket. So let's get started. We're going to start making our brine here. I've got 5 quarts of water that I've already pre-chilled, and we're going to use the Turkey Tom Products classic brine mix. This is enough. This is one of the larger packages. It's enough to make 5 quarts of brine, which should be about enough to do this turkey. And what this contains is salt, brown sugar, white sugar, garlic, onion powder, and black pepper, which is just, you know, a typical basic brine mix. So I'm going to cut this bag open, and we're going to dump the contents of this bag into our water, and then I'm just going to stir that until we get it all dissolved. Okay, I've got my brining bucket out here, so we're going to start out by putting our turkey in. I've got a 13.5 pound turkey that we're just going to dump in there just like that, and then we're going to put in our brine mix. That 5 quarts is almost enough to cover that turkey, so I'm going to top it off with a little bit of water to finish that up. Actually, we won't need any additional water. That's one of the beautiful things about this brining bucket, is we have this plate and these ridges, and I'm going to push this down in here, and we're just going to push that turkey down to get it completely submerged and give this plate a twist, and that plate will hold our turkey underneath. It'll hold it underneath the brine for the duration of this brine. And since I've got a 13.5 pound bird here, we're going to need to go for at least 13 hours on the brine. So you want to go for at least an hour per pound, and I'll probably end up letting this go for about 15 or 16 hours before we come back to cook it. So I'm going to put the lid on the brining bucket, and this needs to be kept cool. I have a mini fridge I'm going to keep this in, so we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and we'll be back to have a look tomorrow. Okay, the star of today's show is a 13.5 pound turkey. So the first thing I'm going to do to get this guy started is I'm going to inject this with melted butter, and I'm going to get that all over this entire bird. And after I finish the butter injection, I'm going to rub down the outside of this bird with a thin coat of olive oil. Just get it completely coated. And then I'm going to shake on a rub that I made, and this rub is a very simple rub. It starts out with a 1/2 cup of sea salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm just going to shake a liberal coat of that all over this bird, and then we'll flip it and get the back side. And this is ready to go to the grill as soon as our grill warms up. Alright guys, our Yoder YS640 is up to temperature, so I'm going to put this turkey right here in the center, and I am going to use a roasting rack today. And I'm going to put a temperature probe in the thick part of the breast, because we want to cook this turkey until we get an internal temperature up there in the deep part of about 150 degrees. So we'll be back in several hours. Okay guys, we've been going right at about 5 hours here at around 275 to 300 on the YS640, and we're done. This turkey is up to 150 degrees in the thick part of the breast, which is right where I want it. So I'm going to take this off, I'm going to take it inside, and I'm going to tin it with foil, and we're going to let that rest for about 20 minutes before we take that bird apart. Okay guys, while nobody was looking, I went ahead and tore this bird down. I broke it down just like you normally would. I keep my wings whole. I don't take the meat off the wings, but I take the breast off the bone, I take the thigh off the bone, and I leave the drumsticks on. So let's have a taste of some of this. Alrighty, my favorite meat is the dark meat from the leg and the thigh. That's fantastic. It's absolutely tender, juicy, and some of this breast meat, I wish you could see this up close. The video doesn't do it justice. And I may be different from the crowd. I like to cook my turkeys and chickens until the breast meat's up at 150 degrees, and that's when I pull it off. General consensus is 160 to 165 for safety, but 165 is the safe temperature for instantaneous kill of pathogens that might be a problem. 150 degrees gets you there. It just takes a few minutes longer at 150 for it to get there, but you're going to continue cooking up past 150 once you take it off, and I feel comfortable with that. But if you don't, take yours on up to 160 or 165. I like the additional juiciness and moisture of the meat when it comes off at 150. So until next time, I'm John Setzler with Man Cave Meals.